Okay, this is a video on how to fix the Zune audio problems if you are getting a left or a right audio channel only coming out of the headphone jack. So basically, let me tell you my problem. The problem I had was that whenever I had my headphones into my Zune, I would only get audio coming out of the left channel. But that isn't necessarily true, because if I had the headphones in and if I was pressing it against the Zune and pushing it in different directions, if I found the perfect direction to push it in, it would play through both speakers. However, that was annoying because you had to keep your hand on the Zune the entire time, and even then it wouldn't be that great, and it would automatically shut off sometimes too, which was even more annoying. But I found a temporary, albeit kind of a shitty kind of fix, but it works, at least for me and in my situation, and probably in other people's situations, and it really doesn't take any skill at all. These are the only things you need. You need even less than this. I just don't have a screwdriver. I'm using this as my screwdriver. But you do need a piece of plastic. I used a guitar pick. This is a really heavy gauge guitar pick. It was, whatever. You need also scissors to cut off the guitar pick. First off, you can find a lot of videos on how to open up your Zune, but I will show you here just in case you don't know how. I only have two hands though, so it's going to be hard for me to configure this. And my camera doesn't like to stand on its own, so this is going to be tricky. But anyway, the way to take your Zune apart first is that you start where the connection is at the bottom, and there's this little oval circle that of plastic that goes around it. So basically, you just take scissors, or if you have a screwdriver, that's probably even better. You just stick it in and pull out. Let me show you from the top because that might show better view. So I'm literally just pushing against the left edge. You can do it against the right edge, but I'm just doing the left. Push in and pull out. It's kind of hard to see this. This really shouldn't be hard at all. It's just annoying because it doesn't come out perfectly the first time that you try it. Hold it differently. I'm just going to set this down for now. So watch your black screen as I pull this out. Okay, perfect. You see how it is coming out? I just pulled it out, and you just pull it out even more. It comes right out. There's nothing, no screws or anything connecting this. It just slides right in. Alright, now you have these two screws on each side. Unscrew them. I'm going to pause it and unscrew them. Alright, there you go. Can you see the two screws? There they are. Those screws used to be on opposite sides of this device. Alright, now that is really all you have to do to open it. All that's left is to pry it open. And that in itself is really easy. It even kind of comes up with my fingernails, if I can get it. See, I just pried it open with my fingernail and it went up. A good tactic for getting this up is, instead of inserting something and pulling up like this, you want to twist it. So it pushes against the bottom and it pushes against the top, and it raises it up. But once you've done this once or seen any of the other videos, this is really easy. So let me just get this off real quick. One second, please. Alright. Now, it's pretty much off, and the only thing you have to worry about is the headphone jack. You kind of have to pull out and up. So out and up. And I only have one hand, mind you, so this is kind of tricky. But there. when you pull it out, the battery is going to fall out. Don't be scared. That's fine. Just flip it over, take the battery, and flip it over. You're going to want to see the serial on the outside of this. So this is your open Zune. And here is the audio jack. And you see that red piece right there? That is a piece of this guitar tab. And you see it? Just broke it off and shoved it right in there. So, like I was explaining before, the problem I was having is that unless I kept a constant pressure on this headphone jack, it would only go to the left audio channel. But I found that there's this little metal piece right next to the metal jack, and it creates this little opening in between the audio jack and this piece of metal. And since I had a guitar pick handy, I just took it and I slid it right in there, and what this piece of plastic does is it keeps a constant pressure on this, and I don't know the electronics behind that. I don't know what's wrong with it. I don't know why this works, but for some reason this constant pressure of having this heavy gauge pick in between it solves the problem, and it solves it really well compared to before, at least. There's another video online that you can find on YouTube that talks about soldering these two connections right here. I've soldered before, however, I don't have a soldering gun on me, and I don't know if I'd even want to try to do that because I don't want to mess up my Zune, and I don't know enough electronics to know if I'm messing it up or not. So, this, for anybody who's having the problem of putting pressure on the headphone jack to make it come out of both channels, this will be a solution. If putting pressure on this audio jack, even when it's outside of it, doesn't work, then I don't know what you're going to do. Just call Zune or something, or keep searching the internet. You can turn this on, just keep it elevated and keep the back on top, and you can, let me see if I can show you guys. See, you can still turn it on and stuff, and it's still open. So you can plug your headphones in, as long as you're pretty careful with it. There isn't anything really that you can screw up without knowing that you've screwed it up. So plug your headphones in, put a piece of plastic in there, and play around with it until it sounds right. Leave the plastic in. Make sure that the plastic doesn't stick above this black piece right here, or you're going to have problems putting the Zune cover back onto it. But other than that, it works perfectly for me. Just cover the Zune back up and go back to your normal day of listening to music. Hope you enjoyed it.